Grizz Nation, welcome back. Second half of back-to-back, the Grizzlies will take on the Houston Rockets tonight. Joining us live from Houston is Kelly Eco. You ready to dive into this one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So the Grizzlies have played Houston once before this season. It was back in October. They won 129-122. I don't know how much we dig into this because it was so long ago. The teams are so different, but it was Ja Morant with 49 points, Jalen Green with 33. It really was like these two stars, these two guards running the show for both. What was interesting to me when I looked back at this, and I will kind of like fast forward to more recently, but when I looked back, both teams shot close to 50% from the field. And then the points in the paint, which is kind of the storyline of these two teams and how they score. Right now, they're both top 10 teams in points in the paint. Obviously, the Grizzlies, it looks like still without Steven Adams, but they were 49 and 50, I think, or 50 and 52 last time we played. Is that still kind of how the Houston Rockets are scoring?
Yeah, because, after losing Eric Gordon, the Rockets, who already were a pretty poor three-point shooting team, are now at the bottom. They don't have quality, consistent three-point shooters. So most of their offense has to be derived in the paint. Obviously, they're going to be a good rebounding team, and they're able to crash the glass and get second chance opportunities. But because of the makeup of their team, guys like Jalen Green, guys like Tari Eason, Alperen Sengun, they operate, underneath the three-point line. So that's going to be the base of their offense right now.
And in terms of scoring in the paint, I know the Grizzlies love their second chance points. I think they're second or they're fifth in the league right now, but I think the Houston Rockets are second. Now they're, I think, like bottom three, excuse me if I'm wrong, in scoring like as a whole in the league. They're not a high scoring team, but in terms of second chance points, they're second in the league right now. So who's in charge of all this rebounding? Because I think they're a good rebounding team too. I think top five.
Right. Everything boils down to Tari Eason and his energy around the basket. He's become so sort of a magnet in terms of offensive rebounding. He's like a guru as a rookie, which is incredible to say. He just has a knack for finding the ball in all the right areas. Also, you throw in Alperen Sengun around the glass offensively, and Jabari Smith. This team has a lot of quality guys that can go in and get a rebound. Now, the problem is after you get the rebound, this is the 30th ranked offense in the league. So, and they're also dead last in turnovers. So the problem with this team is they know how to get the ball. They know how to get the ball back. But in terms of the great stuff in the middle, that's where the issues lie.
Okay, so I hear you say turnovers, which is not ideal on the Houston Rockets side, because just last night, the Grizzlies took on the Lakers. They scored 41 points off of turnovers. You think that's going to be an issue tonight in Houston?
For sure, especially a team like the Grizzlies that like to get out and run. With Ja Morant, spearheading that attack. If they even get a sniff of a mistake, they're all going. You guys have Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson trailing. It could get ugly pretty quickly if the Rockets don't take care of the ball. Now, granted, some of that should be improved because Kevin Porter Jr. is coming back tonight, and he's missed the last 13 or so games with his toe injury. And, they lost a lot of that playmaking, that ball handling, that ball security that comes with him. Bringing him back will help things, but, Ja Morant loves to play in Houston. He loves to turn it up, and this should be one that fans need to get ready for.
Okay, so you just mentioned Kevin Porter Jr. back after 13-ish games. The Houston Rockets also looking to snap a 10-game losing streak. Let's say, okay, I'm going to word it like this, Kelly. I'm going to say, in order for Houston to give themselves a chance to win tonight, blank is the key. If they do this, they give themselves a chance to win. What would that be?
3-point shooting. I think this team's become such a poor outside shooting team that they don't even give themselves a chance on most nights. You come into arenas and you already know that by halftime, the Rockets are probably going to shoot 2 of 15 or 3 of 17 from three. And in a league that's so 3-point oriented, you cannot shoot yourself in the foot, or put yourself behind the 8 ball every time you step on the floor because you don't have quality, consistent 3-point shooting. Now, that's not to say that they don't have the looks. Even though they're the 30th ranked offense, they're still going to generate decent looks at times in the game, but you have to capitalize on them. And between Jayshawn Tate, Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., who's surprisingly struggled all year from three. It's just been an uphill battle for them. So if they can find some kind of consistency tonight, they'll give themselves a chance. If not, then it'll be more of the same.
So just for context, as you were saying that, I took a look at like the league standings in 3-point shooting. So 3-point attempts, the Grizzlies are 17th, the Rockets are 14th, and then 3-point percentage, the Grizzlies are 24th, which is obviously not great. Houston Rockets are dead last. So I think you mentioned that, like 30th. Right. So I think that key honestly could go for both teams. Like whoever can or does get hot from the 3-point would be a good indicator of who's going to, simply score more points. My last question for you, Kelly, and this is kind of just like I want your opinion, because every game is fun, at least when you're playing the Grizzlies, because Ja Morant is electric. Take Ja Morant out of it. Take Jalen Green out of it.
Okay.
You could keep Kevin Porter in maybe. Give me one matchup that you're just excited to see tonight. Like we have not seen this team since literally the beginning of the season.
I'm excited to see Desmond Bane versus Jae'Sean Tate. I think Desmond is becoming an unsung hero in terms of just his confidence and ability to handle the ball and create offense even while Ja's off the floor. He's coming into zone as an offensive player. He's continued to develop his game. I think Jae'Sean Tate is regarded as a defensive stopper in some aspects and will be tasked with stopping either Ja Morant or Desmond Bane. I think, Bane is someone who's, if you look at his body of work this season, he's lived up to the hype and he's exceeded expectations. So I think this will be the matchup to watch, obviously, apart from the Ja and Jalen stuff. But I think Desmond Bane is a pretty good second option.
Nice. Yeah, I handcuffed you there. So that's a great answer. I'm excited to see that one too. Obviously, Ja and Jalen. That one's like the obvious one. Right. Kelly, thank you so much for your time today. I hope it's a good one for you tonight. Enjoy the game in Houston, and I don't know, say hi to our team for us. We'll miss them when they're on the West Coast for a week.
Appreciate it.
Grizzlies fans, we are back on Valley Sports Southeast tonight. This one tips off at 8 p.m. a little bit later, so make sure you stay up, grab a coffee, and we'll see you then.